Airy from Robert Gordon University, Scotland, UK. Dr. Sushil Kalia from IMA, Ministry of Defence, Government of India. Dr. Patanjali Kashyap, Technology Manager, Wells Fargo, Bangalore. Other speakers could not join due to their health issues. We have informed you timely, but we will arrange their lectures soon and inform you. So we are not going to skip the lectures which could not be possible because of their personal issues. We are going to deliver them because we are having your contact details, and definitely we will keep you informing. So this is the request I am making on behalf of the whole organizing committee. The lectures which were not scheduled on time will be delivered. This is our promise. Stay tuned. You are not going to miss them. This is the benefit of interacting on the online mode. Over 80 oral presentations took place in last 3 days by the potential authors. And what we have observed, that the quality of the paper, despite of COVID-19, and most of the work in material science and engineering is dependent on laboratory, still the authors have contributed significant well. We sincerely thank for your support. Your support encourages the organizing committee to conduct these type of events on a regular interval. So there are certain observations. The first observation is we really appreciate the contribution from our youth fraternity. I am surprised to see there are few students who contributed significantly well, because for every sessions we were having the session chairs either from NITs or premier institutions to judge you and support us to identify the correct author that need to be awarded, that need to be increased. I am very happy to inform you, if you have googled the website kemsi.in and you have gone through the link of awards, so you might have seen there were only 3 awards. Dear friends, the organizing committee and the management of Shobit University strives on research. So we decided that this time we are going to increase the number of awards from 3 to 8 because the competition was intense. Yeah. And selecting 3 people is a tough task. You can really understand, because every author put extra efforts to give their best, but we have to find out, because we have certain boundary conditions, limitations. We cannot award everybody, but every paper that was presented during the Congress need to be appreciated. Thank you all. The second thing, we have to focus on the designing techniques, especially the PowerPoint presentation. These are the remarks not by the organizing committee, but these are the remarks given by the session chairs, that where, see, every time there is always a chance to improve. Every day we learn. So they suggested us that from the next event onwards, we are going to serve you or support you with a specific format of the PowerPoint presentations, which will help you to prepare slides in the limited numbers, because on online platform there is restriction of time, because we have neck to neck or very restricted schedule. And what I have learned from the online thing is the punctuality. This is the best part. If we look for 3 Ds in the life: discipline, dedication, and determination. So we learn the discipline first. be on time, because you cannot escape that. My cycle got punctured. There may be certain technical glitches because of which the presentation may be delayed. This is excuse, but you cannot excuse if we are working on a digital platform, because we are working 24/7. Still, today we are getting certain phones or few phone calls that they have, they were because of certain technical glitches, they are unable to deliver their presentation. So need not to worry. Please share if somebody, because of technical, we are having the detail of those persons because they have contacted us directly, either any, the organizing team. So we are having your details. Please share your PPTs so that we can share with other participants, so that your work can reach to them. You can have a collaboration with them, even if you miss to interact or share your presentation to your colleagues. I also would like to appreciate, there were 5 attendees whom I am observing, they are regularly attending all the sessions. I appreciate Dr. Satya. I appreciate Karthik Thakur, a very magnificent personality. He is a student of, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Karthik Thakur is a student who is continuously attending, or who was continuously attending all the lectures, and responding to the queries, listening, not putting the slides or the online mode on, and left the meeting. Satya and Karthik, your contribution is really appreciated. And next is Mr. Joel Saji, who was witnessing all the sessions. I really appreciate you all. And I think Joel Saji and Karthik Thakur, they both are, the students. And Dr. Satya, I really appreciate you for understanding our pain in arranging the conference in the online mode. Now, without wasting time, I would like to focus on the today's the guest of honor is going to be the Honorable Advisor Second from AICT New Delhi, Dr. Neeraj Saxena. Very soon he will be joining. I requested him to join by 12:15 because of his busy schedule. So in the meanwhile, I would like to request our Honorable Registrar Sir, Professor Mahipal Singh Ji, to address the August gathering and share his vast experience. Professor Mahipal Ji is there? Professor Mahipal Ji?
Thank you, sir.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. First of all, respected Vice Chancellor Professor Ranji sir, all the participants in this international international congress on this advances in material science and engineering, CMSC 2020. Really, since last 3 days, that as that conference is going on, and as that Tarun Sharma has told regarding this, the quality of papers was excellent. And for 3 days, whatever the presentations, oral presentations was there, it was excellent. So there was a really great effort and hard work from the organizing committee. So I on behalf of Sobit University extends my sincere thanks and hope in future much better work will be carried out, and that CMSC will be, that means giving the very good platform to all the researchers so that they can share their ideas, their views, and their work, and which will be very helpful for the society and for the future. Tarun sir, thank you very much. Thanks a lot, and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for appreciating and motivating us. And we assure you that we'll keep on doing our best, and we'll try to enhance the research fraternity to work in a better quality way. And thank you so much, sir. We are waiting for our guest of honor. Okay, meanwhile, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to share his views to the August gathering.
Thank you, Tarun. Uh, all the august presence, Dean Engineering Technology, the organizing team, Dr. O.P. Verma, Himanshu, and adorable participants. We are just waiting for our guest of honor. And in absentia, I address him, Dr. Neeraj Saxena, who is advisor to.
So sorry for the interruption.
He joined.
Okay, fine.
Sir, please introduce him. Please welcome him. I will introduce him.
Okay, a warm welcome, Dr. Neeraj Saxena, to join us. It is a great day for us, and thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. I am very much sure that your words of wisdom will be very useful to the young researchers. Very warm welcome from Shobit University, and myself and from the audience and participants. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are fortunate enough to receive the patronage of Honorable Advisor Second AICTE, Dr. Neeraj Saxena. Dr. Neeraj Saxena is serving as Advisor Second in the Policy and Academic Planning Bureau. He is on deputation from Technology, Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, known as TIFAC, India's technology think tank, where he has served for over 18 years. Dr. Neeraj Saxena was heading the Resource Cell, Horizon Scanning Unit and Sugar Technology Unit of TIFAC. He was member of the team that prepared Technology Vision 2035 for the country. Amazing, sir. He was deeply involved in preparing a roadmap for education as part of Vision 2035 exercise. First ever foresight initiative undertaken for the sector in the country. As a part of the team implementing projects emerging out of Technology Vision 2020 released by TIFAC in 1996 between 2000 and 2010. Dr. Saxena piloted the activities of Mission REACH, that is relevance and excellence in achieving new heights in educational institutions. A major initiative to reorient the higher science and technical education and make it relevant to industries. He was instrumental in establishment of 35 TIFAC centers of relevance and excellence. Ever since this mission got underway on October 4, 2000. The course as co-created entities strive for academic, research and technical excellence in an area that interests the user industries of organizations. Dr. Saxena was selected by the Department of Science and Technology to undergo executive education program on science, technology and innovation policy at the J.K. Kennedy School of Government at the Harvard University in 2006. He was trained in project management for World Bank funded projects at the International Training Center of ILO in Turin, Italy in 2008. He was part of the team that worked on the detailed project report for National Innovation Program for India in 2008 and also member secretary of working group for S&T in SMEs for the 12th 5-year plan 2000 to 2012 of the Government of India. He has been involved in preparation of the detailed project report for the national mission on interdisciplinary cyber-physical systems being launched by the DST. Dr. Saxena got his doctoral degree in physics for his research work in the area of acoustic remote sensing and its applications to air pollution, carried out at the National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi. He was involved in establishing country's first indigenous Doppler sonar capable of remotely profiling wind and turbulence in the lower atmosphere. So we are fortunate enough in your busy schedule, you kindly agree to witness this validity function of an international congress on advances in material science and engineering. I welcome you on behalf of organizing committee as well as the management of Shobit University, Gango. Please, sir. Dr. Neeraj.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
May I request Dr. Neeraj to deliver or address the August gathering by his kind words so that the audience and the organizing committee feel motivated and inspired. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me, the Vice Chancellor of Sobit University, and all colleagues from Sobit University who were busy conducting this international Congress on Advances in Material Sciences and Engineering. So I'm sure a lot of material has come out of this 2-day event, rather 3-day event, and there will be a lot of takeaways for the researchers who joined this event remotely, and I'm sure they would have gone back enriched. So already a lot of material has been posted in the Minds, so not much material to be added from my side, and I hope the material that has been passed on will be used further to develop more material and to make use of it for more products, more services for betterment of humanity. So I do not have much material to say or add to it, but since I have been invited, I must speak out my mind because I'm in the middle of highly learned men and women. So I have some thoughts of my own, which I would like to share. And these are more on technical education, but they apply to general education, higher education as well. So just last night I was reading through comments posted on one of the YouTubes, and it still is rattling in my mind. And that person had written that we have toughest exam in the world to admit students in our IITs. Yet none of our IITs are there in the top 100. It's a very simple statement, but a very profound one. So the problem is not at the bottom, but it is there at the top also. And this, I feel, is because we have persisted with the education system that was evolved 200 years back, and we haven't thought of change. So 200 years back, when this formal engineering education system came into existence, the only source of information was teachers or the books. So one had to stand before the teacher or read through the books to acquire knowledge. And to check whether the knowledge received is actually there in the minds of the learners, is there or not, we had exams. So these exams were dipsticks to check whether the learner is actually has learned or not. So students were given grades or marks, and which decided where they stood. And it so turns out that the best in memorizing were the toppers. So there is definitely an aberration in the system that we have, and we are persisting with it. We had actually now with internet facilitating knowledge, which is there now at your palms or before on your screens. Do we really need such kind of a system? And the signals are quite visible now. Classrooms are no longer so interesting. Teachers also do not get that much attention. The laboratories have become so boring, and the curriculum just appears to be a few sheets of paper which tell us what to cover. They are just guidelines, nothing more than that. So when we have these signals visible, the education system warrants a fundamental change. And I've been passionate about a big shake-up in the examination system itself. During the pandemic, I used to see and read reports how universities were conducting exams and how some educational technology companies were guaranteeing that there will be no copying, they will monitor your eyelids, they will do everything to stop you from cheating. And if that is the purpose of examination, to stop cheating, we are only treating our children or the examinees as criminals. We cannot put them before cameras. Do we work at our places, at the workplaces, under the cameras? Will we like it? We are not going to like it. And this stems from the fact that we still have our education system rooted in the predetermined content. We feel that is the final thing that has to be delivered in the class, that has to be studied by the student, and that has to be examined. But now when we have everything available on our screen or palm, I think we should stop examinations altogether, especially for grading. For competition, we must. But for passing of grades, and that is because the universities test the examinees on what they know and not on what the examinee knows. So we are actually capping the potential, putting a tight lid by perpetuating with the examination that we have. The proctored exam based on the known answers, and in the process, we throttle the creative minds, the creativity. And with this system, and we expect students to be ethical, whereas the examination system that we have actually is encouraging copying. So ethics are slaughtered in the day one, in the class one itself, when your teachers ask you to reproduce the answer which is there in the books. And even a bigger leash is put by the schools and the universities or the colleges when they say we can teach you only in these subjects, which we know. So the potential of the student will never be realized. And we will have armies of students or the professionals who are just made average. So if we really need bright professionals, we should allow them to follow their own calling, their own interests. So there is a big opportunity that this new education policies throws before us to bring in a paradigm change. It may be painful, but that is the way forward. We have to realize the fact that education doesn't mean preparing people for job. It's preparing them for opportunities for life. And job is one of the aspects. Now, for generations together or for the millennia, it was resources being converted into knowledge. And our education system was supporting that. Resources into knowledge, resources into knowledge. So all your activities, your teachers, your curriculum, your school, everything was designed around that conversion of resources into knowledge. But now the world has started flipping thanks to internet. When you have access to knowledge, knowledge is all about around us. The scales have started tilting now. It's now about conversion of knowledge into resources. So the focus is shifting for conversion of knowledge into resources, which is innovation. So it is just the reverse. Now, the systems that we have now, the education system needs to be recalibrated to support those innovation systems. I do not really know whether universities will thrive as they have been there for 3,000-4,000 of years with the change that I anticipate. But there will be a demand of people who will excel in creating resources out of knowledge. The knowledge is easily accessible now. It's all about training the students to convert that into resources. So that is what is going to be the focus of the education system, the teachers, and other elements. So this is a change that all of us have to agree to and work towards that. AICT is about to launch a new scheme, which is to set up Idea Labs. And IDEA is an acronym standing for Idea Development, Evaluation, and Application. And we would like to see this lab at the center of the education system or that campus, where all other activities, all other departments hook to this Idea Lab and make the changes that we want. Basically, this lab will promote creative thinking, problem solving, how to connect, promote interdisciplinarity, lifelong learning, collaboration, and all these skills which are actually needed for the graduates. So we are initiating this as a structural and infrastructural intervention in the technical education. So we have just finished the basic work and we would start the new year with that new intervention. And we look forward for that concept to be proliferating, and we would like to see that each of the institution has an Idea Lab. At least all engineering colleges must have. So I think I have added to the material some more material to the material which has been gathered in last 3 days. So thank you once again for inviting me, and it was a pleasure interacting with you, and would love to see in a face mode also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your kind words. We really feel privileged to have with you during this the auspicious occasion of valedictory KMC 2020. And sir, you elaborated the education ethics in very simple words. And starting from basic education to the higher education. And sir, now the education paradigm is changed and need to be calibrated. And we assure you that the concept which the AICT is going to launch, that is Idea Labs, we assure you that at Shobhit University Gango, this will be executed ethically, and this is a digital platform. I assure you on behalf of the whole management, this is going to be implemented. And I would like to, sir, request you, if you get time, and we trust the next year 2021 is going to be COVID-19 free, and we will be having the vaccine into the market, and you can visit our campus physically. We will feel glad. So this is an invitation from the on behalf of the organizing committee as well as the management of Shobhit University. Please visit our Shobhit University Gango campus, Lush Green campus, and just share your valuable thoughts with our upcoming minds. So with these thoughts, I would like to request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to address the gathering. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Tarun. Honorable Dr. Neeraj Saxena, Advisor 2 at AICT. Your speech was too good, sir. I have noted the points, and you spoke something very different. Thank you very much for being there and sparing your valuable time. Professor Tarun, Dr. O.P. Verma, my dear colleagues who are there on the platform, adorable participants and researchers. I'm very happy to be a part of this valedictory function of this first 3-day International Congress on Advances in Material Sciences and Engineering 2020. The tagline of the Congress, that is virtual meet and real connections, really impressed me. This is what we required in the current scenario where we are having much of the webinars and onlines, perhaps overdose of this, all things. It was a matter of great honor for all of us to have Dr. Neeraj Saxena as guest of honor for the function, who is kind enough to spare his valuable time despite the busy schedule. I know how much occupied they are. It is a matter of great satisfaction that the Congress concluded successfully, and the scientific deliberations, which included high impact and knowledge-filled talks on the relevant topics, and presentations by almost 81 researchers from the field, which were delivered in very emphatic manner. I wholeheartedly congratulate the organizers, especially Professor Tarun Sharma, Dr. O.P. Verma, Himanshu, and other team members who worked tirelessly for the success of this Congress. Great work, keep it up. I congratulate all the participants for their active involvement throughout the deliberation and all the award winners for exceptional performance. A sincere participation is always appreciable. Kudos to the whole organizing team. All those who contributed directly or indirectly, they deserve appreciation. I am sure that the interactions during these 3 days must have set the tempo for young researchers to pursue useful research. As the materials are source of industrial growth and technological changes, the output of this conference will purely contribute toward Atmanirbhar Bharat, the very dream of our Honorable Prime Minister. The concepts of physics, chemistry, and engineering shall definitely solve real-world problems pertaining to nanotechnology, biotechnology, information technology, energy and manufacturing, and other engineering disciplines. That is all what I want to say. I conclude hereby. Thank you very much, and I must put on the record a deep and heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Neeraj Saxena again. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for encouraging us and motivating us. As a regular habit, I really appreciate, your dynamic character, which motivate us every day to do something new. Thank you. This is the time for which every author usually wait, because they contributed significantly well. Even the laboratories are not in the functional mode, but you contributed significantly, and we are restricted with only 8 awards. Initially we were about to give only 3, but because the work was so significantly contributed and that is given to the society, we have now going to award in different categories. We are going to award almost 8 papers. So the first award is by the STEM Research Society, that is STEM Outstanding Research Award KEMC 2020, goes to Muhammad Hanif, Afrin Nisar and Faisal Khayyum from National Institute of Technology, Srinagar. The title of the contribution is Environmental Impact of Used Engine Oil Sample Analyzed by FTIR Spectroscopy. So congratulations all the authors. If
authors are there, then please applaud and please unmute your mic and accept the congratulations.
If the authors are there, so you are free to share your experiences. If you are not there, unfortunately, you have many congratulations to all the 3. The second award in the category of STEM Sponsor Award of KEMC 2020 goes to Deepak Sahu, Saurabh Jain, Akhilesh Gupta and Surendra Kumar from NIT Jalandhar. The title is Numerical Studies in Methanol Pool Fire Inside the Enclosure. Is there Deepak Sahu? Unfortunately, he is not there, but we'll inform them. We will upload on the Congress wall about the details of the award. The next award in the category is Best STEM Research Award of KEMC 2020 goes to Diksha Saikia and Barnali Chaudhary from Tejpur University. The title of their contribution is Analysis of Heat Transfer Rate and Overall Heat Transfer Coefficient of a Shell and Tube Heat Exchanger using design of experiments. Congratulations to the authors. Anybody there? Again, moving in the category, the Best Society Welfare Research Award KEMC 2020 goes to Ahmad Imran from College of Engineering, Ajman University, Ajman, UAE. The topic of the contribution is Cruciate Ligament Behavior Analyzed with Modeling and Simulation of the Human Knee. Ahmad Imran is there. Lucky, all the participants who basically, we chosen are not there. So we again congratulate them. Next in the category, Best Innovative Award of KEMC 2020 goes to Lovepreet Singh and Vishal Singh from National Institute of Technology, Hamirpur. Is there? The next award is Best Young Research Award of KEMC 2020 goes to Kartik Thakur, Akhilesh Kumar, Sushant Jashwara, Kamaljeet Singh and Kulvinder Singh from Chitkara University, Institute of Engineering and Technology, Chitkara University, Punjab. Kartik is there. I think Kartik may be there.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am there, sir.
Kartik, many congratulations to you and your team. I was there when you were presenting your work. We really appreciate you. If you would like to say something, please.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this, sir.
Congratulations once again.
This is my first time I'm presenting my research work in some conference, sir.
Mr. Kartik, that's why this KEMC 2020 provides a platform to the young researchers to come forward and contribute towards the society. You are the young researchers who can identify the problems through which the we peoples are facing. So we really appreciate your work and expect that in the coming days you will contribute more towards the society.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always it works as a motivation for me, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karthik. God bless. The next award,
Thank you, sir.
the Best Paper Award of KEMC 2020 goes to Prashant G, Nimbolkar Saurabh, Kango, Nitin Sharma, and Rajiv Verma on the title Effect of Slip on Hydrodynamic Textured Parallel Plate Bearings. Are there?
Yeah, sir, I'm there. I'm here, sir.
So, would you like to deliver something?
Yeah, sir. Actually, first of all, thanks to KMC I got a platform to share my knowledge, and as well as I would like to thank to all the faculty members are here and my guides like Dr. Sumit Sharma, Nitish Sharma, and Raju Verma, sir.
Okay, many congratulations, many congratulations. So there is a humble request and submission to all the authors and to the all research fraternities. Kindly share the blog of our honorable guest of honor, Dr. Neeraj Saxena, and his blog's detail are given in the comment section. Please follow his blog because you will get something new. This is the first time when we came to know, or we are fortunate enough that Dr. Neeraj Saxena delivered in in his profile that they are deeply involved in preparing a roadmap for education as part of Vision 2035. Can you believe Vision 2035? We really appreciate your sincere efforts, sir. For guiding us, enriching us, and taking India to the next step of basic as well as the higher education. We really appreciate your thinking and thinking beyond the expectations, that is 2035. So I request all the participants to at least follow the blog of Dr. Neeraj Saxena, and the details are nrj2000.blogspot.com. The details are also available in the chat box. Thank you so much. From my side, now it's time to pay sincere thanks to each and everybody who significantly contributed to say the light of this day. Neeraj sir, I would like to share one thing, that we are having plans, like we don't have the plans for 2035, but we are having the plans for 2021, that this KEMC 2021 is scheduled at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology in the month of July. And I take this opportunity to invite you again to witness that event physically at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology.
Sure, thank you. Thank you.
So this is my privilege to invite Dr. Om Prakash Verma from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar, to pay sincere thanks to all the organizing committee members, guests, and the research fraternity. Dr. O.P. Verma, please.
Thank you, Dr. Tarun, for introducing me here. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. This is Dr. O.P. Verma, Assistant Professor in Department of Instruments and Control Engineering from NIT Jalandhar. Taking this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to all the mentors and all the organizing team, starting from our chief patron, Sobit Kumar, patron, Mr. Kumar Sekhar Bilendraji. I'm very hearty about thanks to both of them. Next, I extend my hearty thanks to Professor Ranjit Singh, Vice Chancellor, Sobit University, General Chair of the KEMC 2020, C.W. Ahan from GIST Korea, our General Chair, Dr. Gaurav Manik, Dr. P.K. Maji, Dr. Sushil Kalia, Dr. Susanda Kumar Sahu from CSIR, Dr. Vishal Sharma, Johannesburg, Africa, Dr. Ravi Verma, and all the organizing members. I mentioned my deepest sense of appreciation, who have worked day and night but behind the curtain, Dr. Varun Sharma from NIT Jalandhar. I, on behalf of organizing committee, and the fraternity of all the entire STEM society, Sobit University and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Ambedkar NIT Jalandhar. I extend my most sincere thanks to our chief guest of the day, Honorable Neeraj Saxena ji, Honorable Member AICT, presiding guest, our Vice Chancellor, Shobhit University, Professor Ranjit Kumar ji, Registrar Dr. Mahipal Singh ji, and all the speakers among the globe to our CAMC 2020, Professor Nirupam Chakrabarti ji, Department of Metallurgical and Material Science, IIT Kharagpur, Dr. Gaurav Manik, Department of Polymer and Processing, IIT Roorkee, Dr. Airy from Scotland, Dr. Sushil Kalia, MOD Government of India. Unfortunately, he was not is in some health issue. So now I would like to give my vote of thanks to our visionary, dynamic person, Dr. Tarun Karma Sharma. Without him, it's not possible to conduct such type of wonderful conference. I also thanks to our STEM Society for the technical support, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar NIT Jalandhar for providing us the technical support, such type of. I am also thankful to the efforts taken by the publicity team and electronic and print media. We would thanks to all the volunteers who have run around doing a lot of things behind the curtain. I would like to take all the names here now. Dr. Divya Prakash, Mr. Himanshu, Mrs. Smita, Amit Herawa, Jasveer Singh ji, Gaurav Mittal ji, Sandeep ji, Dr. Abhinav, Dr. Sneha, Dr. Namitos, Dr. Ayush Madan, Mr. Kuldeep Chauhan, Mr. Anil, Mr. Puspendra. Thank you so much. Now, lastly, we would like to thanks to management and Vice Chancellor Shobhit University for such a beautiful infrastructure and support to make this conference what it was in the virtual mode, lush green and eye-catching location. We also thanks to all the faculty members of the Shobhit University for their open heart technical support. And finally, I would like to thanks to all the family members of the team for their moral and mental support. And my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making CAMC 2020 a resounding success. With His blessing and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. I also hope in CAMC 2021 we will meet again but physically at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Wish you all very happy New Year 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Om Prakash Sharma. Your words always,
Tarun, unmute.
Thank you, Dr. Om Prakash Verma, for encouraging me, and you simply say thanks, and I feel that I need to work more for the next conference. Now, I need synergy, not energy. 1 + 1 = 11. I really appreciate your sincere efforts, Dr. Om Prakash Verma, because this could not have been possible without the technical support which you have provided behind the curtain. And seriously, it is not we to whom you should appreciate. It is the technical team, because we are working on the technical platform and organizing such wonderful and fruitful events online is a big typical task, but you make it possible. I sincerely thanks the all technical teams. Because of the limited time and space, we are unable to spell out your names, but we will send you the appreciation certificate physically. This is our promise, sir. The new mantra for the success, what we learned in the past few days, is not the hard work, is not the smart work, but it's the network. If we combine all the hard work, the smart work, and we don't have the network, so we are not going to make our country successful. Because network will help you to take you at the next level. So my dear friends, with these words, I would like to invite you all again in CAMC 2021 at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology to contribute your significant work, and we trust that the measures our government of India is taking to make the country COVID free soon, and this is our equal responsibility to follow the directions given by the government of India time to time, because this is only we who are responsible to take India to the next step. So I assume and I request on behalf of the whole organizing team, please follow the guidelines of the government of India and take care of your health, because what I have learned from my father, health is wealth. There is nothing more than that. The health is wealth. So with these kind words,
Dr. Karun, I think this announcement. That is, we have announced, I think, 7 award. We have missed 1 award. That is the P. Gautam, S. Soundarya, and Nikhil Pachori. Simulating title was the simulating annealing optimized low pass filter FIR filter for the biomedical signals from Shastra University. This award is for the best STEM student award of CAMSI 2020. I think we have missed. So any of the authors are there. Please accept our from.
thank you, Dr. OP. It may be skipped, but again, congratulations to all the participants. Now it's the time for the feedback. If any author would like to share their experience, even the better experience, because we learn every day, and we'll try to improvise next year.
Hello, sir. I'm Dr. Nikhil Pachori. Thank you very much from your kind words. So one thing, and I'm thanking from my students, from the side of my students and myself. So there is one thing which I like about CAMSI is in this pandemic also you have one of the best online webinars I have come across during this session. I have attended other conferences also, but the knowledge that is provided by the different planetary speakers is immense, and it is going to help us in any other way. And also we got to know that how to work collaboratively, interdisciplinary, in different manner. So I again congratulate to both of you and Dr. Om Prakash Sharma and Dr. Tarun Sharma and Shobhit University for organizing what a nice conference. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Nikhil, for motivating us and giving another challenge to to work more, because
Okay.
Any more?
Sir, it is true.
Thank you, Nikhil. Is there anybody else who would like to share their words? Any critics where we need to work, please? So thank you to all for attending this wonderful valedictory session. Again, on behalf of the organizing committee and the management of Shobhit University Gangu, I would like to thank Dr. Neeraj Saxena for sharing his valuable comments and sharing his valuable time in a very tight schedule, and kindly agreed to present during our valedictory session as a guest of honor. Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to thank our honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, who has given a 24/7 unconditional support. I don't have the suitable words in my dictionary or the vocabulary the way I can say thanks to you. Thanks, sir, for believing in me, banking upon me, and helping me 24/7. I keep you disturbing you. I keep on knocking you, and you keep cherishing me and motivating me. Tarun, go ahead. These are the major challenges, and if you grow ahead, definitely you have to pass all these challenges. Thank you so much, sir, and keep your blessings with us. Thank you, sir, and thank you to all the Opus gathering, the speakers, the young researchers especially, helping us to make this event a grand successful. And we are fortunate enough that we will be having a second valedictory session just after this valedictory session, because we would like to appreciate the persons who physically contributed, technically contributed to see the light of this successful day. Thank you all. One more major announcement, that the certificates will be uploaded soon on the conference website. Secondly, keep checking your respective mail IDs, because we will be in touch. We have already forwarded the proceedings to LNME Springer for the possible publication. So if they will ask for certain corrections or changes in the manuscript, we will keep you informing. This is only you who can help us in organizing the second event, in a more successful manner, because I know that you are not going to put or the critics of the conference, but we know there were certain technical glitches, but we are definitely going to improve them, because we learn every day. Then we thanks to all our sincere session chairs. I am really proud from your precious time. This is especially the year end, and most of the professors and the faculties are enjoying the winter break with their kids or the esteemed family members. But upon our request, they accepted it and chaired the sessions up to 6:30 p.m. in the evening. So with the concluding remarks, I would like to convey my deepest sincere thanks to everybody who contributed directly or indirectly. Wish you all a very happy, fruitful, successful, healthy new year with your esteemed family members. Stay tuned, stay in touch with us. We have, because the definition network, so this is not the valedictory or the, we are not going to close, can say 2020 here. This is the new beginning of relationship, and expect to work more, contribute more toward the society. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
As a program chair, as a program chair, you all are invited at the CAMSI 2021, which was scheduled at the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in the month of July. So please accept our invitation, and all are invited to come there in the physical mode. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.